School fees have nothing to do with money. School fees have to do more with planning. For example, how have you planned for your kids to study? Number one, have you planned that your kids are in schools you can't afford? That's the very first thing. If your kids are in schools and you're punching above your weight, your kids are in schools and you're punching above your weight, every time they say it's school fees time, you will struggle. So the question is, knowing what you know now, are your kids in schools you can afford? That's one. And it's very easy to know that you can afford school fees. You look at your income. And like I always tell you, your means are 70% of your income. If you earn 1 million Ugandan shillings, what we call your means, the line that should show you your means, should be 70% of your income. So I want to ask you all people a question. What is 70% of 1 million? What is 70% of 1 million Ugandan shillings? Can you answer, please? Absolutely. That's why I love these lives, because the people who are live are sharp and sharper. So 700,000 shillings is the 70% of 1 million. That is where you're supposed to do everything: rent, food, transport, utilities, fees. So if you earn 1 million, your means is 70%. That's where you're supposed to do everything: rent, food, fees, transport, internet, water, power, data. 20% is to be put aside to pay off any loans you have. And 10% is for saving. So you earn 1 million, 10% you save it, that's 100,000. 20% you distribute it amongst people you owe money, abakubanja. Then 700 is where you look for all this. Ntuse has said it. Cheating also has to be. So even when you want to get side cheek, 70%. The moment you jump out of 70% of your earnings, you have disorganized the flow. It means you're going to borrow. It means you'll never be able to invest in anything. And it means you will be in what we call the vicious cycle of poverty, which we actually call the rat race. Have you heard of the rat race? The rat race is when you have hand to mouth. And it's not only in Uganda. When you go to, even if you go to Europe, even if you go to US, even if you go to all these countries which we think are really have made it, you will find people surviving on hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck. It's because most of the people world over jump out of the 70%, which is supposed to be your means. A trust is a legal term, and this is how I want you to think about 3 levels. I want you to think about 3 levels when you're thinking about a trust. This is level A, level B, level C. So you, the person who has the wealth, for example, the person who wants to Moses Mugerwa, you are up here at the high level. In law, we call you the settler, a person who settles. It's from the word settle. So you are the settler. Now, in the middle, there are people who are called trustees. And at the lower level, there are people we call beneficiaries. So I'm going to use my example. So if I want to create a trust to preserve my wealth, me as Newton Buteraba, I will be up here as the settler. Now, I have to look for a committee of people whom I trust to be the ones to manage the property for the people at the very bottom of the chain, whom we call beneficiaries. So one of my beneficiaries may be Mercedes, Tesla, and their mom. So they are my beneficiaries. They're down here. Now, I can look for trustees, the people I will give the property to manage it, to look after it, and the whole entire estate. So I can look for my dad, my lawyer, my business partner. I can have 3 people. I can have my dad, my lawyer, and my business partner as trustees, because I trust them. They can always manage my property for the benefit of my people down here, my wife and kids. So me as the settler, I give the trustees the power to manage the property for the benefit of my wife and kids. This is how a trust is created. So you create a trust, you go to a law firm, you can come to me, and I draft for you what they call a trust deed. After drafting it, then I'll go and register it. After registering it, I incorporate it such that it is seen as though it is seen as an entity. It's given life as a legal person, a fictional legal person. So that's how it works. But how does it preserve wealth? How does it protect money? The trustees whom I've given all my property and wealth can never sell because they do not own. But also my wife and kids, who are the beneficiaries, who benefit from everything, can never sell. So the trustees can't sell, the beneficiaries can't sell. That way, my property, the buildings, rentals, and all that, the land, will stay intact for all the years, because the kids can't sell, but also the people I've put in charge can't sell. I hope that makes sense. And that was legal. You see, now that is estate planning, legal, wealth, finance. That's why I love things I do, because everything is fitting into. I think now you realize why I went back and studied law, because everything now comes and fits into. I'm better placed now to teach people how to preserve money. You find very many Ugandans having 1 million as salary, but they also have a car. Is it bad to have a car? No. But the question is, how will now the car play into your means? Because fuel is expensive. Fuel, at the way the rate is, with our jam, you know that cars consume more fuel in jam. Why? Because they are in the most powerful gear. If a car is in the most powerful gear, it has to use a lot of energy is required to move the whole entire body of the car over a hill. When you are in jam, even sloping, the car will need a lot of energy to slope, because the cars are following each other. Now, what really happens is, if you spend 20,000 per day on a car, you will have spent 600,000 a month. So you earn 1 million, but you have made the people who sell fuel richer by 600,000. We've not even deducted eating. We've not even deducted car wash. So At any one time, you must give money respect by sitting down with a pen and paper and being true to yourself on how money is leaving you and how money is coming to you. Give yourself a chance to go through stages. I've been through all the stages. I've ever been in so much debt. Then I've also ever been at zero when I do not have debt, but I also don't have money. Then I moved from zero and moved to the number line. Now I'm among the fewest people in the world without a single debt. We are in the world's 1% without a single debt. And it's possible by just being organized in planning. In Uganda, the number one business is kids business, because every year we give 3 million kids to life. We give birth to 3 million kids. No country, every country has struggled with Uganda, but we are always ahead in giving in the fastest growing population. You see, when you deal in kids entertainment, your actual client, they are not the kids. Your actual client is the parent. So where are the parents? Parents are dropping off kids every morning at that particular school, a particular school. So choose a school of kids in your neighborhood and talk to the administration such that they can reserve a play day for the kids, where the parents pay in the fees for the play day, and you share the money for the play day with the school. I'm giving you strategy, practical strategy. You talk to a school, you show them the kids' entertainment, where it is located, and you talk to the school into talking to the parents to pay for the kids' entertainment in the fees, such that you share with the school. Do you realize that we have very many schools which make us pay for swimming, but the schools do not have a swimming pool? The schools have worked out a plan. The schools have worked out a plan with someone who owns a swimming pool. They share the money. So your number one client are the schools who have the kids, or the parents who bring the kids to the school. So you have to make a flyer and come and wait outside the gate, or ask the school to allow you, hand over the flyers to every parent who is leaving.